A whopping 70% of Americans feel financially stressed, mainly due to increased expenses, increased cost of debt, and erosion of financial security. Of those earning over $100,000, 57% feel financially stressed, and one-third of people said they're living paycheck to paycheck. With all these negative stats, it might feel like everybody is struggling, but in this video, we'll cover the top signs you're doing well financially, even if it doesn't feel like it. One of the clearest signs you're doing well financially is you don't signal your wealth. What I mean by this is you don't waste money on buying status symbols like fancy cars, expensive clothes, and designer handbags. Instead, you focus on yourself and build your wealth silently and consistently over time through savings, investments, and financial planning. People who signal wealth do so purely to impress others,
What I call them? Fun coupons.
while true financial success speaks for itself. The next sign is having an emergency fund of at least $2,000. To my surprise, when researching this video, 63% of workers would be unable to pay a $500 emergency expense, and more than 1 in 5 Americans have no emergency savings at all. This is a clear sign you're living beyond your means and either need to find a way to increase your income or else decrease your expenses to get back on track. Experts suggest aiming to save up an emergency fund of about 3 to 6 months of living expenses. According to Business Insider, this is the amount of emergency savings you should have at each age range. Keep in mind these are approximations. These figures were calculated by taking the average monthly expenditure for each age range in the US and multiplying by 3 on the low end and 6 on the high end. How do you compare to these figures? Let me know. Next up, we have escaping social comparison theory. While many people are not familiar with this, it's a really important sign you're doing well financially. This theory suggests that individuals have an intrinsic drive to evaluate themselves and that they prefer to do this through direct comparison with others. Simply put, people gauge their success not by their absolute earnings, but by how they compare to colleagues, friends, or neighbors. Consider this. If you're earning a great annual salary of $100,000, which is well above the US median salary, but all your friends are earning $200,000 in jobs with big tech companies, you're going to feel insignificant or like you're falling behind, when in fact you're on your own path in life and shouldn't be comparing yourself to others. When you look at charts like this showing the mean wealth per adult in the top countries, you can quickly lose sight of reality. The median salary in the US is $54,000. While this initially mightn't sound like a lot of money, when you compare it to the median worldwide daily income of $7.56 or $2,700 annually, you begin to realize how lucky you truly are. That's why avoiding comparison between your financial situation and that of others is one of the most important signs you're doing well financially. Next up is living below your means. What does this actually mean? It means if you get by with less money than you earn every month, then you're living below your means. Surprisingly, 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, which is one of the key signs that they're not living below their means. You may be wondering, what are the key signs you're not living below your means? Lucky for you, I've made a quick list, which I'll show you right after you hit that subscribe button. If the following statements apply to you, then you're probably living beyond your means. Your credit score is below 600. You're saving less than 5% of your gross income. Your credit card balances are rising each month. More than 28% of your income goes towards housing. Your bills are spiraling out of control. If none of those statements apply to you, then congratulations for living within your means. The next sign is managing debt. The average American has $21,800 in personal debt, not including their mortgage. The main sources are credit cards, car loans, medical debt, and lines of credit. Ideally, you should have no debt, but the most important thing is that you're able to manage whatever debt you do have and don't miss any payments. Next, we have building your net worth. Increasing your net worth year over year is always a great sign you're living within your means, as this essentially tells you that you're spending less money than you're earning. Take a look at this interesting table I came across on financialsamurai.com. This shows the recommended net worth growth rate by age. Essentially, in your early adult years, you should have high risk as you have nothing to lose, so you should risk big if there's a potential big reward. As you progress through life, your risk rating should decrease. And by the time you're retired, you should have a very conservative risk rating, as any big mistakes now leaves you without time to recoup money easily. In retirement years, you should be looking for a low-risk return on your money to just maintain the balance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and check out this video next.